DJ Akademiks have had a history of being disrespectful to Black Americans. DJ Akademiks, you know, how he got on the radar, he had a channel called The War in Chicago, and he would highlight different things that he didn't really understand, you know, what was going on in the streets of Chicago. He's not from Chicago or anything like that. You know, the little mess that he would get started for clicks and views, you know, end up with a lot of brothers and sisters saying was getting people, you know, harmed out there. And some of them, their life was being taken behind all the stuff that he kept posting on this war in Chicago. Now, DJ Akademiks, he is Jamaican. He didn't have a channel called War in Kingston. If you notice, you know, and I'm not trying to diaspora war, but we got to call this stuff out. You know, the people come over from different countries and then they want to get involved in our culture because, you know, hip hop and all of that is our culture. And he never says nothing about reggae artists. He never says anything about his culture. Well, recently he talked about the pioneers of hip hop and called them dusty. Called them dusty because in his rabid mind, they didn't have a certain amount of money, so they should be basically disrespected. And he's pissed off because of this conversation about who created hip hop. And it's a Black American creation. See, nobody can say anymore that, oh, Black Americans don't have a culture when we are the culture. We are the dominant culture in the world. Hip hop comes from us. Well, LL Cool J got wind of that and he had to make a response. Let's go ahead and review it.
It came to my attention that a DJ, and I'm not going to say any names because I don't think it's necessary. A DJ basically said that, you know, a lot of the pioneers in hip hop are, you know, they're dusty, or how can they be the person that, you know, invented hip hop if, you know, they don't have a lot of money, or if they don't look or represent like they have a lot of dough, right? Let me explain something to you, and say this for you guys. Don't confuse someone's ability to develop a business model. Don't conflate. In other words, don't think just because somebody knows how to get money or fails to get money that they didn't make a contribution to the culture. No one discusses Miles Davis's bank account. We don't talk about John Coltrane's bank account. We don't talk about a lot of even rock musicians, a lot of them. We don't talk about their bank accounts. A lot of great country artists, we don't talk about their bank accounts. This idea that you have to have money or else you don't have any value is a bad idea, and it's kind of like, it's a misinformed way of looking at the world.
Well, let me talk about this because I definitely, you know, grew up in the 80s, 90s. I remember LL Cool J's first album. I remember Def Jam when Russell Simmons was running it. Okay, I remember the albums. I remember everything, right? And one thing in Black American culture, it didn't matter about how much money you got. It's about, did you keep it real with the people? Were you respected on the streets? Because if that's the case, see, this is why you have so many fake ninjas today running around. Oh, it's all about the money and not about who real and who's solid for the culture, who's solid with the people. See, DJ Akademiks disrespecting the pioneers. The pioneers didn't have YouTube. The pioneers didn't have Spotify. The pioneers didn't even get endorsement deals because hip hop was a new thing. Everybody looked down on hip hop. It wasn't being represented like that. You didn't have streaming services for just to post your record and now your record can be all over the world. You had to go through the gatekeepers for real, the record labels at that time period. Because a lot of these men and women in hip hop came from, you know, very humble beginnings. They get involved with record deals and contracts, and brothers and sisters didn't know nothing about that. And so a lot of them signed janky deals because they were just excited to get on, but they did not, you know, really know the business like that. Because now you look at hip hop today, you have a lot of protection if you're a smart businessman or businesswoman. But see, this comes with those fake ninjas that like to come in here It's all about money. It's not about the people and who they are. Money don't make you real. Money don't make you solid at all. There's a lot of fake people out here.
In the culture. There are artists out here. First of all, let me say this. First of all, like, let's talk about like young artists, right? Who I love. I love the young artists. Let's be clear. I'm very much a guy who embraces the young artists. I believe in every generation. I believe in you. I care about you. Let me say this to you though. Today, you could come up with your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan, your 20-year plan. You can go find a manager. You can find an accountant. You could find somebody that means something to you, to help you. You could find a team to help your career go to the next level. When hip hop first started, there were no managers.
Exactly.
There were no accountants that believed in it. Record companies didn't even believe in it. Nobody believed in it. How can you make a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan on something that doesn't even exist yet, that people have never even heard of? So just because a couple of these guys and girls and people out here made songs and made music and made contributions to this culture, or even dancers danced and made these contributions to culture, just because they didn't get rich, just because they weren't able to pile up millions or billions of dollars, does not mean that they didn't make a contribution to this culture. That does not mean that they didn't do something. They created an industry that we all ate off of. They created an industry that you eat off of. When you go out there and you go monetize your brand, when you go get your whatever and do what you got to do to build your career, when you go out there and negotiate your deals and negotiate your checks and talk tough, guess what? That money, that bread, that food that you eating was created by those same people that you disrespected.
Boom. Just like that. DJ Akademiks, I'm going to go there a little further. You didn't build anything off of Jamaican culture. You didn't do anything off of Jamaican artists. Everything that you have today came from the pioneers of hip hop. And then you got the nerve to disrespect those brothers and sisters. That's the reason why you even got some sort of career. Even to this day, you still talking about people in Black American culture. And see, this is why the delineation conversation has been happening right now. And why a lot of people in Black America say, oh, no, we're going to go it on and straighten this thing out once and for all. It's not going to be any of this Black Americans don't have no culture, Busta Rhymes. It's not going to be none of that no more. It's not going to be other people, Fat Joe, talking about all these other groups of people created. No, you didn't create crap. If you just in a room with somebody, you was part of the creation of hip hop. No, that's not happening. Hip hop is our culture, our creation. Other people have participated, sure. But we talking about the originators, the pioneers who got it out of the mud. What about people like Eazy-E and them and NWA when they did the gangster rap? It's many different factions of rap music. Today you got your drill music, you got your trap music, you got all kinds. You got the East Coast sound, you got the Southern sound, you got how it sound on the West. We have different factions and different ways rap music have been, just innovated. And it's been done all by Black Americans. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when we create opportunities for other people. They're supposed to be our distant cousins. And then they come in here, we allow them in our culture, and then they turn right around and disrespect. He didn't build a dime off of Jamaican culture. DJ Akademiks didn't get a dime off his culture. Matter of fact, why don't y'all go to DJ Akademiks and tell him this? Okay, if our pioneers of hip hop is dusty, okay, fine. They dusty, no problem. For 6 months, I want you to just talk about Jamaican culture, reggae artists, anything out of Jamaica. I need you to make a channel called The War in Kingston. I need you to make that channel and go just as hard as you were on the brothers and sisters in Chicago. Do that about Kingston. Interview nothing but Jamaican people. They need shine, right? You got a platform. Put some Jamaican people on, bruh. Why you still talking about Black American culture if our pioneers are dusty? How dare this dude disrespect our pioneers?
That industry was created by them same people that you call in, you know, foul words, foul language. The people that you're referring to. So my thing is this. It's always good. It's always good to get money. It's always important. It's important. It's important to get money. I agree. I'm all about getting paper. I've been talking about it my whole career. But don't ever, ever, ever confuse being rich with making a contribution to our culture. Don't ever play yourself like that again. Because trust me, you playing yourself. Because without these dudes and these girls who started this hip hop culture, a lot of the guys that's out there talking tough, you wouldn't even have a career. We'd be on the corner with a beer talking about what's the next move we gonna make. So I would say, approach this game with humility and be glad and be thankful that these pioneers, you know, exactly, slave mentality. Be glad that these pioneers helped create this culture. And let's show them love. Let's elevate them. Let's celebrate them. That's why I started Rock the Bells. That's why I started this movement. So I wouldn't have to listen to foolish rhetoric about people that changed the world. These people changed the entire world. The whole planet runs on hip hop culture right now. The whole planet.
He's 100% right. I've traveled to different countries and seen Black American culture in every country. When we show up in other countries, people are like, oh, you're Black American? And they just want to start hollering at you. They get excited. They be asking us about our culture, the way we dress, our music, multiple things people want to know about us. Nobody want to know about DJ Akademiks.
Every commercial, everything you could think of is all about hip hop. And there are people out there that started this thing, and I think that they deserve to be honored and respected. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say nothing foul. I'm not gonna go at nobody's character. I'm just gonna say, think before you speak.
Well, shout out to LL Cool J, because, you know, he should have went at his character. He should have. I mean, because he went at an industry that LL Cool J helped innovate. This is one of the pioneers right here talking, LL Cool J. He made a mark in hip hop. You understand? And for LL to get on here because he pissed off about you disrespecting his baby, because hip hop is part of his baby. We as Black Americans, we gotta not allow people like DJ Akademiks to come into our culture and our community being disrespectful, because people in his culture wouldn't let nobody disrespect them. See, this is a new day. We're not going to let y'all disrespect Black America no more, no matter where you come from. It's just not happening. And how I feel about it personally, no Black American should fool with him. I'm talking about nobody in hip hop or anything related to that. And see, DJ Akademiks didn't read the 48 Laws of Power. That's why he makes stupid statements like that. Do you know, pissing off a guy like LL Cool J, he could ruin you? He ain't got to make a video calling you out. All he got to do is hearing where you about to be at, hearing about certain opportunities. LL can make a call behind the scenes and say, hey, man, I'm fool with that dude. That dude is disrespectful to the culture. And if you fool with him, matter of fact, Spotify, if he don't apologize within 48 hours of everything he said about the culture, I'm pulling my music off of Spotify, and I'm going to start a movement of pulling our music off of Spotify because that dude is on it. LL could do that, because at this stage of the game right now, where the temperature's at with Black America, we're not putting up with nobody disrespecting our culture right now. No, everybody's culture should be respected, because gone on the day where everybody else's culture is respected and then ours are not. Or have this attitude that our culture is for everybody, but everybody else's culture is for their own. No. Our culture is for us. We're going to be respected just like we're going to respect everybody else's culture. Period. That's only the right thing to do. Then this DJ Akademiks end up disrespecting Russell Simmons. I got the nerves to try to tell him, why don't you come to New York and debate me? Who are you for Russell Simmons to do anything, bruh? Who are you? You have not created no successful record labels. You not created no successful artists. You didn't create anything. You're riding off of the coattails of Russell Simmons. Matter of fact, Russell Simmons is part of the reason why you got LL Cool J. Because he was part of Def Jam. Like, who is this dude to be talking to Russell like that? What y'all need to tell him is, why don't you, look, stay out of our culture if you think our pioneers are dusty. Stay out of it. Carry your happy self to Kingston then. Go be a DJ over there. Go talk about their situation. Oh, but you wouldn't have a career too long, would you? We got to start checking that from now on. If you no, But shout out to LL Cool J for that, man. He's sitting up here calling our brothers and sisters dusty when they come from nothing. And about hip hop, let's talk about that too. Hip hop, especially when it really took off, we were dealing with the crack epidemic at the same time. We were dealing with a lot in the black community in the midst of the rise of the beginnings of hip hop. While this dude was wherever he was at the time, probably wasn't even born yet. But he want to come over here and be disrespectful. Nah, bro. Nah. I think Russell Simmons and LL need to get at him behind the scenes. I mean, don't make no videos cussing him out. Just mess up his bag. That's all you got to do. And that'll teach him a lesson. Because even the 48 laws of power teach you to not fight somebody that's bigger than you and it can harm you. Knowing your battles. That's part of the 48 laws of power. But people like him don't read, I guess. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Like I say, shout out to LL and Russell, man. But yeah, we definitely gonna straighten this thing out. It's just a conversation we got to straighten out. You know, Busta Rhymes, I lost a lot of respect for him with that. Black Americans don't have no culture crap. Negro, you wouldn't have a career, wouldn't been for hip hop either. You're not doing the music of your country either. But you want to run off the mouth about what's going on over here about culture. How is it we don't have a culture, but yeah, you made your millions in our culture? It can't be both.